You join us here then, folks, as England make their way to the stadium for their third group game against Iran. But before they set off, manager Benjy sat down with the media to talk about the hilarious result they had against the United States of America. Yeah, good luck to them. I'm sure they're going to do well in the tournament. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
So, Ben, you've embarrassed the nation. Is it more of a case of you going home than it's coming home?
I'm not having this, okay? The World Cup is a massive chance, the biggest chance to show what we're capable of, to show that we can take the next step to winning the first trophy this nation's had since '66, okay? It's about time some of you lot, not so much you, mate, but you, especially you, show us a little bit more respect, isn't it? You know, time to take us seriously. And all you lot can do is make silly wordplay-based jokes. Embarrassing.
Sorry, Ben, I'm just doing my job, so...
What sort of job?
Pardon? What?
No, I thought you could have meant, you know.
No, I don't.
You do. You do.
No, follow.
You said what, sorry?
Follow.
No, I was just... Forget it. Forget it. Sorry. No, it's... Any more questions? So, yeah. Not going great. Meanwhile, it's hot. It's so hot.
People are on the pitch, they think it's all over. It is now.
And England are out of the World Cup. The referee has gone to his pocket, it's red. He's sent Rooney off.
Hello then, folks, and welcome back to Three Lions in the England series, where we attempt to win the World Cup. And so far, two sides of the coin. On one side, we beat Wales pretty handedly, and on the other, Gio Reyna. But what do we have in store for us today? Well, it's one game, it's Iran, and we have to win. I say have to win. Let's take a look at the group. So you can see there then on the left-hand side that the USA, having beaten us and also beaten Iran, now have a good advantage over us. If we win though, and the USA drop points against Wales, which is still possible, we can top the group, but we're setting ourselves up for a very difficult last 16 tie, I should say, most likely against France, which is not what I wanted. I think it's France. We'll double check, but I think it's France. I think it's the winner of Group D. So hopefully we can win today and give ourselves a shot at reaching the top of the group. We play Iran then, who so far have played two, won one, lost one. Wales have not had a good tournament. It's fair to say they're out. So team lines for this one, we have lost quite quickly Jude Bellingham to suspension, so he can't feature despite having 15 subs. We're now cut down to 14. How will we cope, viewers? Calvin Phillips, interestingly, came up on screen there. Could have been the man to come in and replace, but I actually think that Mason Mount and Trent in midfield is the way forward going into this game. I am, though, going to bring Reece James back in at right back to see how we fare with him in there. I just think I think he's a better fit. How can I put it any other way? The other conversation, John Stones has had a pretty poor start to the tournament, so he could well give Ben White a chance. And again, the rotation, probably worth it. And I'm going to gamble. We're going to put Ben White in there off the bat with Tomori. We haven't got a lot of centre-backs, so keeping them fresh and in rotation, probably a smart move. The other move we're going to make is captain Jordan Henderson's going to come in for Declan Rice. But this is the team then that's going to face off against Iran. Ramsdale, James, White, Tomori, Shaw, Henderson in the deep line midfield spot with Trent pushing on, hopefully supporting Phil Foden. He should be the perfect Mazzala, really, in how he plays. Mason Mount next to him, giving us lots of energy. Sterling and Foden either side of Harry Kane, who so far is done all right, but we need a few more. The Wales game, it was great. More of that. Obviously, it's very difficult to generate tactical familiarity at this point, but we're going to do our best. Into the game against Iran then. Of course, I do realise that if we don't win this game and Iran beat us pretty handedly, we will end the series today, which will be embarrassing, but possible. If you've ever watched me before, you know it's very, very possible. Right then, a draw will be enough. Let's not forget that, because of the way the points are. If we draw, because of our strength of goal difference, we'll be fine. But of course, what we really want to do is win this, give us a chance at getting to the top of the group, and hope that Wales do us a little bit of a favour and maybe surprise the United States of America. As there we are then, you can see there, they're playing, that's an interesting lineup, playing a 3 in midfield and then 2 behind the striker, but not in wide areas, tucked in just behind. There is the group then, as you can see it. And yeah, the US in full control. God save our gracious. I can't get used to that. It's going to take some time. All right, then we'll keep an eye on the Iran formation, and actually we'll keep an eye on the results elsewhere as Reece James puts in a free kick quite early doors, and it's headed back in again. The ball's floating around a little bit, and it's actually going to be around maybe to bring it away. But Raheem Sterling, the pace of Raheem, does wonderful things. I'm just going to change this now to make sure we can keep a close eye on it. Of course, there were some 6 o'clock kickoffs as well, but we want to keep a little eye on what happens in the other game. Of course, as long as we're doing our job here and beating Iran, and this attack is looking good. Raheem Sterling, he won the ball back, and then, what a goal to score at a World Cup. Dinks the goalkeeper 4 minutes in, and it's looking like we might well be progressing to the next round, although we are 4 minutes in. Hopefully ITV caught that goal. I know they've got form for that. A little bit of history for you. Once there was a World Cup goal scored, I think it was by Steven Gerrard, and ITV missed it on the HD channel, which for a global broadcaster, not global, steady, for a national broadcaster, quite embarrassing. All right, ball goes back to Amir, who's going to take his time and think about this, but it does allow us to set ourselves as he neatly plays the ball out from the back. And now it's about, can they turn defence into attack? But Kane does brilliantly, wins it back. Sterling on that side. He's got Kane in the middle if he can find him. It's a tricky ball. It's a vicious tackle, which the referee's gone, fair enough. He flew in there, won it well, as there's Ben White making his first introduction to the game, as the ball's played over towards Phil Foden, who's got plenty to do, but he's a sort of man that can do it. James into the penalty area, not particularly good. And now Iran look to break. Tamori's there covering. I mean, Tamori's getting done here. They go for goal from distance. Wow, I think it's a save from Aaron Ramsdale, but only just. Very, very close. And it's still 1-0. But I mean, it wasn't a high XG chance, but it was a good effort as the US, Zardes has made the difference there. They lead 1-0, and I think they'll top the group. Now, unless something happens with Denmark and France and they sort of switch around a little bit, that is worrying. Ball played in. Sterling's going to be able to get there first on that side. And now bringing it away, finds Harry Kane, switches it inside to Mason Mount. As players are running forward, Phil Foden on that left foot slides it through to Harry Kane, who finishes it off delightfully well. And it's England 2, Iran 0. You love to see that. Really, really nice move as well. Not just the way it was scored, but the build-up play was really good. The finish from Kane, that's the bit that impresses me most. On his weaker side, not that he's really got a weaker side. And that gives us a little bit of a cushion now, and hopefully a bit of confidence. Considering we went through the whole US game without a real proper chance, it felt like, nothing going our way, this one's been much better. Luke Shaw, you can see there, is carrying a bit of an injury. Doesn't seem overly effective by it in that moment, though. Sterling on that side. Now, I think scoring as many goals as we did against Wales seems unlikely, but Trent puts it wide. That was a big chance, but we're looking good right now. All right, Chilwell to come on. At some point, twisted knee for Luke Shaw, which sounds pretty painful, actually. We're going to get him off. We're not going to take any risks. Chilwell's going to come on. When you've got an option like him, why not take it? As the ball's played in and headed over by Mehdi, and it's still 2-0. The US are still there. The Weston McKennie has given them a 2-0 lead. So they looking like they're going to top the group. But again, we're doing our job here. Lovely touch from Reece James, by the way. Shot it on goal. Good save by the keeper. This sort of game makes you realise how dominant the Welsh one was, which was kind of crazy, but we'll take it. Ball played in and cleared away. Reece James on it again. He's been so dominant from right back and goes for goal, nearly gets himself a goal. Tell you what, it's been a dominant first half display, as expected, I think you'd argue. But after the Welsh game again, I was nervous going into this one. All right, I've had a lot of shots, so I'm happy. I'm already looking ahead, viewers. I'm already thinking about what we're going to have to deal with in the next game. It could be a titan of a match as Harry Kane heads home for 3, and my mind is even more fixed on what's to come in future episodes, because it's not going to be easy. Now, unless we see a collapse from the US to Wales, we are going to finish second in the group, and it's going to look, ultimately we should have beat America. If we wanted to be top of the group, that's what we had to do. And we didn't do it. Elsewhere, you can see that Ecuador 2-0 up against Qatar. Looks like they've made it through as Senegal and Holland draw. We'll keep an eye on that group, see what happens. And what we'll do is we'll go through, at the end of this episode, we'll go through all the fixtures to find out who's made it through to the quarterfinals, as well as also last 16, and confirm our last 16 game at the same time. I am thinking we've got 4 more substitutions we could make. We've got half an hour to go. If there's a time to make them, it may well be after this highlight. As long as they don't score, obviously, that would be bad. As Got some rebels have turned up outside. It's chaos. Fortunately, they've been removed by security, although not happy about it. That's my 2-year-old, for those that are interested. He didn't get a ticket, so, you know, rules are rules. What can I tell you? No, you can't be on the bench next to Zaddy. That's not how it works. Unless your name's Darren and surname Ferguson. Come on. All right, 15 minutes to go, and that interruption has cost me some tired legs, perhaps. We're going to bring Tammy on for Harry Kane. James Ward-Prowse is going to come on for Trent on this occasion. Saka's going to come on for Phil Foden, and I think Tomori's going to exit as well in place of... I'm going to put Calvin Phillips at centre-back. Do you know why, viewers? Because I'm a maverick, that's why. Those changes haven't happened yet. Please don't get sent off, Jordan, whatever you do. He's on a booking. Don't do anything rash. As they're in on goal, Mehdi with a great touch and maybe could have done slightly better. It was a good opportunity for him. As the time ticks away then, our substitutions. Oh, Wales have got a goal, by the way. I mean, a late surge maybe? Doesn't look overly likely. As there we are then, England 3, Iran 0. And relax and remain calm. Well done, lads. Good win. That takes us then into the next round. I can't wipe the smile off my face. I love it when a plan comes together. That's what we'll say. All right, then. Let's take a look at how that leaves us then. As predicted, second in the... As predicted. We've done this for a while. Luke Shaw, twisted knee. We don't know how long Luke Shaw's going to be out for. Did we get a report on that? 3 to 5 days. So in a tournament-wise, that's actually not too bad. Taking him off, definitely the right decision as we limited that. There's a press conference there after the last one. Probably shouldn't do it, so we'll leave it. And as we qualify for the second round then, we're just going to go forward and we'll keep a track on who's going through, when and where. So as we just go to Group A, Ecuador and Holland have gone through. Senegal knocked out. Unbelievable. In Group B then, the USA and ourselves. And yeah, so now we're in a situation where we can see some big teams go out. Argentina need to win their final game, it looked like. Otherwise, they could be gone. So let's keep an eye. This is good. This is what the World Cup's about, right? This is what we wanted. So Argentina have lost to Mexico, and Lionel Messi, in maybe his final World Cup, will be gone. Elsewhere, France and Denmark both won. I think I know what that means for me. We'll just take a look at the overview once again then. As you can see, Saudi Arabia and Mexico. Wow, who would have seen of that group? Blimey, you'd never expect that. Have gone through. France and Denmark go through as well in a similar situation to ourselves. Does that mean we play... Is that about to be drawn? I think it might be drawn after all of the games have gone through. It says there we play... Hang on. Is it obvious that A and B play and C and D play? I think we've got Ecuador. I just saw there, it said Ecuador. I think we're playing Ecuador. That's not nearly as difficult. Oh, okay, so maybe it's the next round that we would potentially face France. Who knows? But there we are then. Ecuador. I feel like this was probably obvious the whole time, and some of you knew this. But still, for some reason, I saw something somewhere. I thought we played the winner of, the winner of Group D. But no, we do play Ecuador, which I guess time-wise, based on the days that you play, makes the most sense. Now, of course, in this Ecuadorian team, there are some names to look out for. The most obvious to me is Casido at Brighton. He's the man that could cause us the most problems, but of course, sits a little bit deeper. Enna Valencia will be a familiar name, and of course we'll come back to this and look through, but let's carry on. Let's find out who else is going through, because seeing Argentina go out makes me think that we've got a bit of a chance here. So these are the groups of Germany and the likes of Spain in this one. So are they going through? What's this? I feel like this is quite interesting. Germany win their game, of course, with not real players. Spain win theirs as well. Belgium, does that mean they all go through? Again, back to the profile screen on the left-hand side, you can see Germany top the group. Spain are gone. They go into the Europa League, unfortunately for them. And Croatia and Belgium go through. Belgium second in their group. So Germany-Belgium will be a first-round knockout game. You can see there, Switzerland have already progressed, as have Portugal. But Uruguay still in with a chance, as are Serbia, even though it looks slim. Of course, if we see some falls then, or some slip-ups, let's find out. As we play Ecuador on the Saturday, I hope we're fit for that. I don't think Luke Shaw will be, but the rest of us, I think, will be. As here we are then. Who are the final teams making it forward to the second round? Okay. I think everything's fine. Brazil draw, Serbia win with some of their big guns scoring goals. South Korea win as well, Ghana win, Uruguay then are out. They might even finish bottom of the group, as there's the second round games. We'll look at those in just a moment. But if we go down to the bottom then, Switzerland and Brazil go through. Brazil the lucky swines will play Ghana. Portugal will play Switzerland, and if I'm right, anyway, I think I'm right on that. We'll just take a look here then at the second round matches on that side. England, Ecuador, Denmark, Saudi Arabia, USA versus Holland, France, Mexico, Germany will play Belgium, Portugal will play Switzerland, Japan, Croatia, and Brazil, Ghana. So you can see it's an interesting, like, you think about the teams on the left-hand side, there's some big, strong teams in there, and a couple on there as well, Holland, Belgium, you never know. Okay then, that concludes. I think you'd agree, folks, this World Cup is hotting up, and I'm looking forward to sharing the rest of it with you. If it's let's say this, if the video hits 1,000 likes, I'll see you on Sunday rather than Monday. But if not, Monday. Take care, everybody. See you soon. Goodbye. It's coming home. Too early? No. Honestly, can I not get a floral shirt or something? It's ridiculous.